Hey everybody, how's it going? And welcome to another MAMJ Let's Play and what may be the final episode of Virtue's Last Reward. We're about to jump to the year 2029, and I don't know what's going to happen when Old Sigma and Young Sigma switch places. It's going to be pretty interesting, but yeah, let's go ahead and do this. There's been a lot of talk about this game and how there's a lot of hints as to Kay and when he was growing up. If you go back and rewatch the whole cutscene, it makes a lot more sense now. So anyways, check it out if you want to have a little refresher. It's very cool, but I want to continue the story and see what happens finally in the year 2029. Okay, let's do this. Let's jump. This is going to be so confusing. Okay. So chaos outside. Well, that's convenient. You know, I always wonder what would happen if the news had nothing to report. Apparently this. Okay, cool. Okay, she's gonna kill herself on air. Lovely. Lovely. Wow. For a moment, I just stared at the TV. The roar of the static seemed to fill the entire room, until, with a click, it disappeared too. Had the power gone out? I heard footsteps behind me and turned around. You. Oh, well, hey, it's Crazy Girl. Akane.
どうやら計画の第一段階はうまくいったようですね。
What? You killed me!
殺した?
I guess technically you're going to kill me 45 years from now, but still.
ちょっとシグマさん、人聞きの悪いことを言わないでください。
Oh, I think we have plenty to be rude about.
私は殺してなんかいませんよ。あなたの腹部に当たったのはナイフの柄の方です。
You still assaulted him. I'm okay?
そうです。あなたとファイさん、お二人に危機感を抱かせるには、ああする以外になかったのです。
How do you remember that? Me and Fai?
あの時はシグマさんのことについてのみ言及させていただきましたが、実際にはファイさんにも時間を飛び越えていただく必要があったので。
Yeah, how old is Fai? Because there's no way she's still, like, her age. Well, there's the pods.
さて、ところでシグマさん、あなたがこれから何をすべきなのかはもう分かっていますね。
We go to the moon.
そうです。出発は明日、2029年4月14日。シグマさんには我々の用意した宇宙船に乗っていただきます。
Thanks. I've always wanted to go to space, but not under these
そ
circumstances.
して、あそこにある3台の治療用ポットとともにリゾーム9へ。
Alice and Clover, right?
ええ、
What about the third one? Who's in there?
ファイさんですよ。
Ah, there we
ファイ
go.
さんがコールドスリープにかけられたのはつい2日前のことです。
So did she make the jump?
彼女は自分の足でここ、私たちの組織のアジトへとやってきて、自らポットの中に入りました。
Pretty interesting that she made it to like the evil people's headquarters. Well, I don't know if you want to call Akane evil, but I mean, she's done some pretty messed up stuff.
と言っても、それは点 C から飛んできたファイさんのことではありません。点 A から点 D へと至る直前のファイさんだったのです。要するに、ファイさんもシグマさんと同じようなルートをたどっているということです。
Okay.
現在進行形で。
Then that means that after you froze her, the Point C version of her jumped back into her body.
ええ、今はあのポットの中の肉体に収まっていることになります。これから45年間、彼女はあのポットの中で眠り続けるのです。氷漬けになったまま。
Then, when she gets to point B, her consciousness will jump to point A, right?
はい。
Huh? So that's why she didn't look old. So, why don't you just stick me in one of those pots?
それはできません。
Why not?
どうしてってまだわからないのですか？あなたはこれから45年の歳月をかけて AB 計画の準備をしなければならないのですよ。
You got a lot of work ahead of you.
リゾーム9へ赴き、遺伝子工学やその他の学問を極め、
That's insane.
カイルやルナやラゴモルフをあなたは生み出さなければなりません。カラードドアやバングルの仕掛けを作るのももちろんあなたです。
That's all Sigma?
天明寺さんとクオーク君を呼び寄せるのも
Good
あなた
God.
が行います。そして全ての準備が整ってからいよいよ計画は
It's
実
a
行される。
lot of work.
2074年1月25日、あなたは解凍したファイさんの体を抱えて第 3AB ルームへ。そこで点 A から飛んできた22歳の意識に弾かれるようにして45年前の過去、2028年12月25日の肉体へと戻るのです。
And then I change history. Do you really think I can keep the virus from getting out?
そうしていただかなければ困ります。すでにこの世界では何十億もの人間が亡くなっているのですから。人類を救うことができるのはシグマさんとファイさん、
Why? Why is it
お
just
二人
us?
しかいないのです。
What about you? Aren't you an Esper too?
私一人の力ではどうにもなりません。あなたたちの協力がどうしても必要
That's
な
why
の
I
です。
kidnapped you and made you guys do these crazy things. So, what do I need to do?
どうすればというのは、
Like, what specific actions do I need to take? When Phi and I jump to point A, what are we going to do
お
then?
二人には火星探査用のシミュレーション施設に入っていただきます。
And after that?
わかりません。
Oh, that's cool, thanks. What?
ええ、原因が不明なのです。あの施設からなぜラジカル6が漏洩したのか、
Oh, cool.
そもそもどうして火星探査用のシミュレーション施設にウイルスが存在したのかも謎のままで。
Ah, crap. Then we're screwed.
だからこそあなた方の力が必要なのですよ。お二人には歴史や世界を飛び越える不思議な能力があります。
How did they discover this as well? How did they know that Phi and Sigma had these abilities?
それを駆使してぜひとも原因を突き止めていただきたいのです。作戦は困難を極めるでしょう。
Yeah, a little.
施設の中には数々の危機が待ち受けているかと思います。それでもお二人ならば必ずやそれらの危機を乗り越えてくれるものと信じています。
Wait. How did you know it's so dangerous?
67歳のシグマさんの意識からそのように伺いました。
The 60-year-old version of you told
ウ
him.
イルスの漏洩を防ぐことのできなかった彼、作戦に失敗した方の未来のあなたということになりますが、
What did I say?
施設の中には数々の罠が待ち受けていると。 その罠から一人の女性を救うためにあなたはその腕と右目を。
Right eye? My arms and my right eye? Whoa! What the hell? Suddenly, a low rumble shook the building. Okay, cool. That's a little strange. I mean, we knew his arms were metal, but I guess it makes sense because he had that thing over his eye. What was that?
外をご覧ください。
It's probably the explosions. I moved slowly to the window and peered outside. Yep. On the horizon, I could see a massive mushroom cloud climbing slowly toward the sky. Would we really be able to change the course of history? No, that was the wrong way to look at it. It couldn't be a question. I had to change history. We could save the world. I'm going to change history. I stared at the darkening skies above us and steeled myself. I would succeed. I sure hope we do, seriously. Oh man. End or beginning? Cool, I guess? Okay. So where do I go now? I don't know. Okay. Can't go any higher, so we need to go down. Clearly. So, let's see. Ah, here we go. There's something here now. Infirmary another time. I don't think this is the bonus thing that you guys are telling me about. But I don't know. Where? I see you finally woken up, Kyle. Kyle? Yes. Of course. You've only just woken up in this timeline. It's only natural for some of your memories to be missing. Why isn't she talking? I lurched upright, jumped off the bed, and ran around to the other side of the partition. The mirror over the sink was covered with a film of dirt. I wiped it off with my sleeve, and my reflection stared back at me. So now he's in the clone? There was no mistake. The reflection belonged to Kyle Kiln. So I'm Dr. Kiln, Zero Senior's clone. What? How do you know that? Shouldn't you still be suffering from amnesia? An excellent question. One I didn't quite know the answer to myself. I knew who Kyle Kiln was. In another history, he had been called K and worn a suit of armor. He hadn't just worn the armor in that history, though. Apparently, he'd worn it all his life. Kyle had been born and raised in this lunar installation, which seemed to be called Rhizome 9. Rather late in his life, Akane had appeared as a mother figure, and he had consequently grown very attached to her. I knew everything about him. But even though I knew it, I didn't feel it. Was that really Kyle Kiln? Every time I looked in the mirror, I saw his face. The spitting image of Sigma Kiln in his younger days. I looked down. There was Dio, still handcuffed. I turned back around to Luna. What day is today? January 27th, 2074. Then today is the last day of the AB project. Akane has explained everything in the garden. So this is the old version of him, I'm guessing. And then she drew a knife and attacked Phi. How long have I been asleep? About 5 hours in real time. For them, it would have seemed like a little more than 2 hours. So they still haven't been treated for the Radical 6. No, they've all been given an antiviral. It just takes a while to have an effect. Ah, I see. So the consciousness of younger Sigma has gone back into the past. It should have happened right after Akane attacked Phi. right? Yes. Why am I here? The doctor carried you back here. You were in the pod in the garden. So, the person you call the doctor is Sigma Kiln, as inhabited by his age-appropriate consciousness. Yes, but how do you know that? Dio seems to have remained unconscious. Yes. I've been administering Socorro whenever he gets restless. Nice. What about the others? They've all gone off to different areas. Temioji and Quark, for instance. Oh, right, Mr. Kiln. So, the sleepyhead's finally up, huh? What are you two doing here? You don't know where we are? This is the upper floor of the pressure exchange chamber. The real one. Mm-hmm. We were just about to get dressed and head out. You plan to return then? To Earth, I mean. Yeah. Sigma told us where we could find the shuttle that brought us here. Well, guess he's not really the Sigma I knew anymore. He's Dr. Kiln now, or Zero Senior, depending on how you look at it. Why? What do you mean, why? Well, I'm just curious why you would choose to return to a devastated planet when you could stay here. How's staying here gonna help? You aren't gonna say something idiotic about how we should wait here until Sigma changes the past, are you? You can't wait for something that's already happened. Grammar doesn't work that way. Hell, nature doesn't work that way. You following me? We've already lived through this history. Sigma failed to keep the virus from getting out. About 45 years ago, Radical 6 created a pandemic, and the antimatter reactors blew up. That all happened. Whatever Sigma does in the past, history's not going to change. In fact, it's because of what he did, or didn't do, in the past, that we've got this past. What? Let me give you an example, okay? Imagine a group of 100 motorcycles driving down an endless freeway. Eventually, they hit a junction. The road splits in two. One freeway continues off northwest, and the other stretches out to the northeast. So, one guy, we'll call him S, pipes up. Let's go northwest, he says. So they take the northwestern road, but about a mile past the intersection, something horrible happens. A semi driving the other way veers into their lane and plows through the bikers. 90 of them die. The surviving 10 are wounded, but survive. They don't stop though. They keep riding down that highway, and eventually, they'd gone 10,000 miles. Then, suddenly, something happens that they couldn't have predicted. S, who had survived, suddenly has his consciousness thrown back in time. He ends up back in his own body, just before they reach the junction. He remembers everything. So what does S do? What would anybody do? Let's go northeast. Let's got northeast. That means all 100 of the bikers survive to reach their destination, happy and healthy. And they all live happily ever after. That's what you're thinking, right? It's a great outcome for the 100 bikers that went northeast. But what about the 10 that went northwest and survived the accident? Huh? Wouldn't it be 9 people? I mean, S's mind went back in time, right? Ah, right. Okay, 9 people then. What happens to the reality they were living? Does it just disappear when S changes the past? It's not as if it was only bad things that happened during that 10,000-mile trip. Maybe one of them fell in love with a woman working at a gas station they stopped at and had a child. Maybe one of them picked up a homeless kid who joined them on their adventure. That 10,000-mile journey would be full of stories, friendships, farewell, romances. The loss of those 90 lives is horrible and unfortunate. But what would rewriting their history mean? The 9 who survived lived full lives. How can it be right to just erase all that? The survivors overcame their own misery and loss, and made the best they could of the hand they'd been dealt. Isn't that worth something? Isn't it the best thing that humans can aspire to? Is there really any point to a world where everything is happy? Are people who struggle for a better life just idiots? Being human is about fighting even when it seems hopeless, and finding happiness in a world that hates it. Are you saying that's worthless? If you're saying rewriting the past will erase all of these other timelines, then whatever God wrote those rules can look, I'm just not gonna accept that, alright? You get it? If Sigma changes the past, then you and Quark will never meet. Is he right? No, it's not gonna happen. We're here, right now. This is reality. Even if Sigma does change the past, we're not just gonna disappear or something. Oh, then that means we get to stay together. Good. Thanks, kid. I understand how you feel. Why you want to return to Earth is clear. You have lives there, I imagine. There are likely people waiting for you. Right. Uh-huh. Have you already said goodbye to the others? Phi, Luna, Alice, and Clover all saw us off. We told them we'd see them again someday, and then came here. They were the only people you want to say goodbye to? No point saying anything to Dio. Seriously. Besides, he's asleep. You were asleep too. Sorry, but we didn't really know much about you. You have a point. Akane was in the armor in this timeline after all. What about Sigma? Well, he's not really Mr. Sigma anymore. Of course. He is Dr. Kiln, now that his consciousness has returned. Yeah, but more importantly, he's the guy who brought us all here. Not a lot of warm feelings there, you know? And Akane? Never mind her. She's just like him. Not the Akane I knew. She must have seen some pretty awful things over the years. Hell, she might not even be human anymore. But the Akane Kurashiki I know isn't here. She's not anywhere. Poor Tenmyoji. Or Junpei. In the end, Clover and I were just pawns. Pawns to be used and then gotten rid of. Still, it's not like we're completely resentful. We had to be here to help change the past. That part's easy to understand. But it kinda sucks though. I mean, Sigma and Phi have it easy. They get to go back to December 25th in 2028. They'll stop the Radical Six and save the world, and then they'll have a nice normal future to look forward to. In other words, they get to go back to Point E and just enjoy history like it was supposed to happen. But we don't. We're stuck with Point C as our starting point. You told us about Tenmyoji's story, right? The one with the motorcycles? It would be like if Alice and I were kidnapped right before the intersection. Then whoever grabbed us takes us to wherever the bikers are going, 10,000 miles to the northwest. Don't get us wrong. We know why we had to be here. Without us, S's consciousness wouldn't have been able to go back to right before the intersection. If that couldn't happen, then the fate of those 90 dead bikers would be sealed. But it's still not the best situation for those of us left in the Northwest. We're stuck in the reality where 90 bikers died. Are we just supposed to go live on Earth? It's a wasteland now. And what about our friends and families? We left the whole world behind 45 years ago. Even if it is for the greater good. It just doesn't seem fair, does it? Yeah, it's a little bit much. So, we went and talked to the old lady. She told us that there is one way. One way we could get back to the past. Let's say you do go back to the past. Wouldn't that cause your minds to get thrown back here? And that seemed to be how Sigma and Phi's jumps worked, at least. Yes, you're right. But this is different. Different? How so? From what she said, it sounds like there's a way we can send our bodies back in time too. That's ridiculous. It would create a paradox. How could you have 2 Clovers and 2 Alices at the same time? But that wouldn't happen. Akane says there's a way around that. How on earth does she plan to do that? Schrodinger's cat. Okay? Oh, hey Kyle. Figured you'd come here eventually. Where's Dr. Kiln? Luna said you were with him. He said he was tired, so he's off resting right now. There's a bedroom at the end of the hallway. He's in there, if you're curious. Oh, right. He told me to turn on this hologram projector thing when you showed up. Want me to start it? Sure. Glad to see you. There isn't anything in particular that I have to tell you. However, I imagine there are a great number of things weighing on your mind. I'd love to answer all your questions, but unfortunately my circumstances make that an impossibility. I hope you can forgive me. Everything I know, Phi should also know. I have instructed her to answer any questions anyone might have. Anyone other than Kyle, that is. What does he mean, other than Kyle? Who knows? Is there anything you want to ask? Right, well, I guess I may as well cut to the chase. Just who are you, Phi? I'm not Superman, that's for sure. And I'm not Batman, or Spider-Man, or Aquaman, or a merman, or a wolfman. I'm not a Braham, a Kamen, or Ramen. I'm not a Cayman either, so you really don't need to worry about anything. Please don't dodge the question. About 5 hours ago, Akane attacked you with a knife. That triggered something, which sent your mind back to the past, correct? Specifically, you were sent to Point D, April 13th, 2029. On that date, your body was already in Akane's custody. Although, by then, you were in cold sleep. You would have regained consciousness, but your mind was now inhabiting that body. That pod was your home for 45 years. You slept there, frozen, until the time was right. Then, on January 25th, 2074, you were finally thawed out, even though you didn't wake up. Still unconscious, you were carried to the AB room. That was when your consciousness changed bodies again. A version of you from December 25th, 2028 arrived, pushing you out, and sending you back to December 25th, 2028. This is when you finally woke up. In 2028, you found and joined forces with Sigma, whose older mind was inhabiting his younger body. Together, you attempted to infiltrate the Mars mission test facility. Unfortunately, your plan failed. The Radical Six did escape on New Year's Eve. That failure determined the path you followed. Instead of going along the line that branches out to the right from Point E, you headed straight to Point D. Point D being April 13th of the following year. That was the day that you made your way to Akane's hideout and asked to be put into one of the treatment pods. Another consciousness enters your body around that time, from the future. It is, of course, the version of you that left your body when Akane attacked you in the garden. This caused the two versions of you to swap places, and you moved 45 years into the future, where you woke up on the garden floor. That puts you on the line that comes here. So if we discount the time you spent in cold sleep, for you, only 3.5 months have passed since that happened. That being when you were sent back to the past from the garden. Have I missed anything? No. Everything you talked about, you got right. What do you mean by that? I'm kind of an unknown variable in this equation. You could think of me as kind of an X factor. It's taken me the last 3.5 months to understand it. And I haven't understood anything in the last 3.5 seconds. Could you please explain? It's kind of like the relationship between classical mechanics and modern physics. Strictly speaking, you can't combine velocities with V1 and V2. Sure, that's the actual equation. There you go. Of course, the sort of velocities we encountered in day-to-day life don't come close to being c to the root of 2? Or no, to the second power. Sorry, it's been a while. Which is the speed of light squared. That means that is usually going to evaluate something pretty close to 1. Since that would mean dividing by 1, it's usually okay to just skip that step and use V1 plus V2. You see what I'm saying? In most situations, it works, even if it isn't technically correct. So you knew enough to get the stuff you were talking about right. As long as you stick to that, you won't run into any problems. I don't quite understand. In fact, I feel like you're dodging my questions. So, what was it that you wanted to ask about? No. What I really want to know is what happened between Christmas and New Year's Eve in 2028. You and Sigma infiltrated the Mars mission test site, didn't you? Yes. What happened there? How did Sigma lose his eye and both his arms? And why was Radical 6 in there in the first place? What could a deadly virus have to do with a simulated mission in space? Sorry, but I can't tell you that. Why? Because it would change history. There's a history where the virus didn't escape. That's the line that goes to the right at point E. In that timeline, humanity isn't heading for annihilation, and Earth isn't red. The future is much brighter. But if I tell you what you're asking me right now, then that reality will disappear. You understand? I don't. Why would all of that disappear if you told me what I want to know? You're about to go back to the past, right? The past? Don't be silly. I can't do that. Then where the hell did you learn all this stuff? I just listened to you tell me a bunch of things you shouldn't have known about. You were sleeping in the pod in the garden. You just woke up. So how can you know all this? You know my past, Sigma's past. I shall give you your answer. You are not Kyle Kilm. Or Klim. Have I been saying Kilm? Your body is Kyle's, but your consciousness is not. Think about it. Do you really believe you are Kyle? Or could you be someone else entirely? Then, where is the real Kyle's consciousness? He was thrown out when you entered. Right now, in a manner of speaking, he's arrived at December 25th, 2028. His consciousness has gone into a body from that time. I doubt you know how much Doctor loves Kyle. He raised him on his own. Kyle is irreplaceable. Do you really think he would go back to the past and leave Kyle behind here? I know what I told the others. That Kyle was Dr. Klim's spare. But that was not his only purpose. Kyle's consciousness is integral to what we are trying to accomplish. This new mission begins on Christmas and ends on New Year's Eve, 2028. Its purpose will be to infiltrate the test facility and prevent the spread of the virus. For this to happen, Kyle is absolutely necessary. And that is why he created him? Yes. So now that my consciousness has entered this body, the Doctor has achieved his objective. Kyle has gone back to 2028 to participate in this mission. Correct. There's one thing that troubles me. Kyle was created before reaching point B from point D. That means his body did not exist on Christmas in 2028. Does that mean he has entered my body? Have we just switched places? I suppose you could put it that way, yes. That's ridiculous. But what's going to happen to me? Are you telling me I have to spend the rest of my life here in this box, living in a borrowed body? No, not at all. You can travel freely through time and space. You are an uncontrolled variable that entered our closed system. As such, the rules of this world do not apply to you. I have no idea what you... Please, don't try to play dumb. I know what you are. Surely, you must know by now too. You are about to go into the past and save the world. Phi and Sigma, even with all of his future knowledge, will need your help. Only you can right the horrible wrongs of our past. Only you can save the world. There's no way Yes, there is. You have to. Don't you want to know the truth? Don't you want to know what happened in between Christmas and New Year's Eve in 2028? Well, yes, I do, but then you must believe. Reality is shaped by what we believe reality should be. If observation can change the motion of a particle, then how is it odd to think that human thought can shape reality? Your will can change history. The world will be reshaped into the one you imagine. Interesting. I'm also very confused. Remember what I've told you. Only you can change history. Only you can save the world. I don't know what I'm gonna do. End or beginning? Who freaking knows anymore? I have no idea what's happening with my life. So now where am I jumping to? Back to the past? I guess? Let's go back up, I guess, and see if there's anything else here. No? Am I missing something? There's not anything else to look at. What? I don't get it. Is that it? There's no way that's it. I don't have any credits or anything. There's got to be something I'm missing. But what? I'm so confused. There's no more gray boxes. Okay. I need to figure something out. Hang on. So, I guess we did it. I guess there's no credits or anything whatsoever. It just dumps you back to this flowchart and that's it. Which is kind of weird. Like, I thought they would kind of give you like a sense of completion that you did everything, but I think that's the end of the game. At least from what I can tell, another time, the ending is the secret ending that you get when you do all of the gold files. I'm not going to go through and read every single gold file because honestly, I'm really, really excited to play Zero Time Dilemma. It just came out, well, it just came out this week and I have yet to play it because I've been waiting to finish this game first. So I'm definitely going to be doing that. If there is something I missed and it's huge and crazy and just like, I can't believe you missed this, and please let me know in the comments below and I'll do like a bonus video. But from what I can tell, that is the end of Virtue's Last Reward. So hang tight, stay tuned. Zero Time Dilemma will be coming right around the corner. But for now, thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know if you enjoyed. I'll see you guys on the next MAMJ. Let's play. What does that mean? あなたの意識は未来へと飛んできたのですよ。45年前の過去。I looked around frantically. A pond. I ran to it and threw myself down onto my knees. Crawling on all fours, I approached the edge. My heart was hammering inside my chest. A cold sweat trickled down my spine. Calm down. Calm down.